Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Uptempo Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Lane, and tonight we're here to talk a little bit about the Elite 8 games that happened over this weekend, and we are going to talk about the Final Four coming up, and me and D-Lane heading down there. And then we are going to give a shout-out to the Auburn Baseball Tigers, man, going out to Bluebell Park in Aggie Land out there in College Station, Texas this weekend and taking 2 out of 3. Really excited for that program and where they are headed. Got a big matchup midweek with Jacksonville State coming up, and then they're going to take their talents down there to Baton Rouge to take on the Bayou Bengals, the LSU Tigers and Alex Box next weekend. Going to try to take 2 out of 3, hopefully a sweep, but we will take 2 out of 3 from the LSU Tigers, and we look forward to that matchup. So, man, tonight, hope everybody had a great weekend. A lot of good college basketball was on the slate. And hey, I really enjoyed it. Friday night, watching those Sweet 16 games, it was really fun. We went over to D Lane's house and watched some good basketball, and had college baseball set up on the computer, and just had a lot of good food, had a lot of good drinks, and it was really exciting, and we really enjoyed it. Fun time this weekend. So, man, first I want to kick things off with talking about these Elite 8 games and starting with Villanova and Houston. Man, Justin Moore, Colin Gillespie, and the Samuels kid, Jermaine Samuels, had a stellar game with 16 points. Was a force on the inside for Houston. Just did everything that he wanted to do. Every little shot that he wanted to take, he could take it. And he had 16 and 10. Just a really stellar game from him. And look, the whole question about this game was, could Houston make shots? Could they make enough shots with their exceptional defense? But could they make enough shots to hold Villanova off? And the answer is no, they couldn't. They were getting to the free throw line and missing front ends of 1-and-1s. They were just missing bunnies at the rim, honestly. Couldn't hit a three. Just, it was a bad display of offense from Houston. And hey, you only gave up 50 points to Villanova. All right? I think they averaged like 73 a game, and you gave up 50. But you couldn't hit shots down the stretch. And that's why you lost. You play exceptional defense. You play probably the best defense in the country, but you can't hit shots. And if you don't hit shots, you're not going to win basketball games. But Justin Moore losing Villanova losing Justin Moore was just an absolute heartbreaking moment. Tore his Achilles in the finishing up moments of that game, and watching Villanova have to celebrate and go over to the bench to Justin Moore and console him while he's fighting back tears and he can't get up off the bench. Just an extremely sad moment. And them having to go down to New Orleans and him wanting to compete on the biggest stage of his life, man, and he can't because he had a freak injury. That's tough for anybody. It really is, and it's hard to see a kid with that athletic ability and meaning so much to that team. He's their guy, man. He's their offensive creator. He's dribble, drive, penetrate, kick out to his teammates, get open shots, finishing at the rim, everything, man. He is the heartbeat of that team, and you heard Colin Gillespie say it in the post-game presser. He said, hey, if it wasn't for Moore, man, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here at all. Everything that he does on this team, and he's our guy, and we're just going to have to step up and play a little bit harder without him to finish this thing off. But hey, look, they got a force in front of them. And I want to apologize to the Kansas fan base because I doubted you all year after I watched you get pummeled by Kentucky in the Fog. And I said all year, hey, you don't deserve to be a 1 seed. And you have proved me wrong. You took Miami smooth out of their game today. You forced turnovers. You went down by 6 at half, and Bill Self with one of the most magnificent coaching jobs in the second half with taking Jordan Miller out of the game for Miami and the defense that Kansas played, man. McCormick down low was an absolute force. Just kudos to Bill Self, man. Kudos to Bill Self. It was exceptional. Kansas got open looks in their offense. They got out in transition. We're hitting just outlet passes that were out of this world, getting out and running. And Miami they couldn't keep up, man. They were turning the ball over left and right. Moore just couldn't hold on to it. McGusty was cooking in the first half, couldn't hit a shot in the second half. And look, it just that's how it goes sometimes, man. Miami just couldn't hit a shot in the second half, and Kansas was on fire. Kansas was on fire, and Miami went on a little run at the end of the first half to go up 6, and it was all downhill from there, man. Like their first 2 possessions, they come out and turn the ball over in the second half, and Kansas was capitalizing. They were hitting buckets, hitting threes, and in that second half, man, kudos to Kansas's defense. Like I said with Bill Self, there wasn't a shot that Miami took that wasn't contested by Kansas in that second half. It was really, really impressive, and they smelt blood, and they absolutely took it. So, hey, Villanova, Kansas, I'm going to go out and say rock chalk, and I like Kansas to play in the national championship game there. Without Moore, Villanova, man, I don't know if they have the firepower without him. I don't know if they can get it done. Kansas is looking really, really good right now. And, Bill Self's gonna have a little game plan ready. And I just think Kansas is a little too high-powered for Villanova. I think Kansas can score it a little bit more than Villanova can. So I like Kansas to move on and play in the national championship there. So today, going to talk a little bit about St. Peter's in North Carolina, and I want to give another round of applause to St. Peter's for a hell of a season, man. You took America by surprise. You gave us something to cheer for, knocking off Kentucky and a damn good Murray State team. Even though they were a mid-major, don't get it twisted, man. They had NBA players on that roster. And then you knocked off Purdue and Jaden Ivey. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody gave you a chance. And you were the first 15 seed to make an Elite 8. And today, it didn't work out, man. You were outnumbered. You were outnumbered with the coaching staff, with Hubert Davis. Look, North Carolina has better players. And I tell a lot of people all the time, athleticism and talent eventually takes over. And that is what happened today. North Carolina shoots it better. They do all phases a little bit better than St. Peter's, and they could not keep up. St. Peter's just didn't shoot it well. They didn't do a lot of things well. They turned it over a lot, and North Carolina with Brady Manick, they were just a little bit better today. And one thing I do want to say is Armando Bacot had 22 rebounds. He had 20 points and 22 boards. So that right there will tell you St. Peter's got crushed on the glass, and it wasn't their day. Manick had 19, Caleb Love with 14. And that is, going back to Caleb Love, the performance he put on in the second half the other night in that Sweet 16 game against UCLA was exceptional. He had D-Lane's house rocking because we were going nuts. He hit a step-back 3 the other night against UCLA, and he looked over to the bench, slobber and all coming out of his mouth, and he said, I got you. I got you. I got you. Let's go. All right? It was exceptional, man. It was an absolute show that he put on, and I am 100% here for it, and I hope Duke can get to that national championship game next Monday night, because that Caleb Love and that Brady Manick are pure special. I can tell you that. And moving on to the last Elite Eight game with Arkansas and Duke, man, look, Arkansas, hell of a season. Jalen Williams, J.D. Notae, Amude and Wade and Tony and those guys. Eric Musselman, hell of a coach. You guys went 28-9, a 4 seed in the tournament. Gave it a hell of a run. Knocked off the number 1 overall seed in Gonzaga. You just ran into a team they got destiny on their side. And they also have Banchero, who is stepping up and making play after play. He's just filling it up. He had 16, and it's just destiny, man. You could kind of feel the fairy tale ending with Duke and UNC matching up in the Final Four with a chance for Coach K to get his revenge on USC after what happened in Cameron Indoor. And, Arkansas they let Duke off the hook right there before the first half ended. Duke went on a run, and then they hit a dagger 3 as time expired in that first half, and that's when I kind of said, hey, if Arkansas doesn't come out in this first 5 minutes of this second half and make a solid run, this game's over. This game is over, and they come out in the first couple minutes in the second half, and it didn't happen. And they were down 12 coming out in that second half, and they couldn't get a shot to fall. And Duke, they got up to a 20-point lead, and hell of a season, man. Hell of a season. You were the last SEC team standing, and really proud, and had a freaking blast watching J.D. Note and Jalen Williams. It was exceptional and really fun. But Duke, man, with this fairy tale ending, I really think that Duke, it is their Final Four to lose. Honestly, I really think that Banchero, the way that he's playing right now, and the Roach kid, they are they got it rolling, man. Even Griffin's playing really well. Moore Jr., he's playing exceptionally well right now. They've got it going, man, and I think it's their Final Four to lose. I like them to get revenge over North Carolina, and I like it to be Duke and Kansas and Coach K cutting the nets down in his last college game next Monday night in New Orleans. I really feel like that's going to happen, and Coach K is going to go out on top as a national champion. So that is how I see it breaking down with the college basketball season, and I can't wait to be there with D-Lane next Monday night. I think it's going to be an absolute blast, and I am excited for it, and I'm super ready to get down there. But moving on to the Auburn baseball Tigers, man, and this last little portion of this episode, man. Auburn going out to Bluebell Park, like I said earlier, and getting a big series win over the Texas A&M Aggies. They moved to 3-3 in the conference and 17-7 overall. And hey, Friday night, you're up, and all of a sudden you give up, you give up the lead, and it's 3-3. You give up a 2-run bomb, and you find yourself down 5-3, and you're scratching. Top of the ninth, you got runners on first and second. You got 2 outs. Brooks Carlson up to bat, and you got yourself a 3-2 pitch on the way. And Brooks Carlson drives a pitch backside and eats up the first baseman. The ball rolls down the right field line. We score 2, tied up at 5-5, and we shut Texas A&M down in the bottom of the ninth. And then we come in the 10th, score 1, and we win a freaking ball game. All right, so we go up in the series 1-0. We come back Saturday. We jump out 4-0, hit back-to-back jacks, and got a 4-0 lead, looking really good. And then the offense just expired. Nothing happened, stalled out, and we lose 1 in 10. 5-4. And it's a tough pill to swallow. But one thing I can say about this Auburn team, they battle. They don't give up. They never quit. They found themselves in tough spots all year long, and they have battled back, and they keep swinging it until the final out. And so you come out Sunday, and it's the rubber match, and you got a chance to win a series on the road. And what do you know? You come out, and you get a 13-9 victory. And like I said, when pitching's not going great, what do? You got to scratch, you got to fight with the sticks, and you got to keep swinging it. And every time Texas A&M scored, Auburn answered. They answered back with runs, and they kept putting the pressure on Texas A&M. And Auburn's 8 and 9 hitters with Nate LaRue and Cole Foster, they went a combined 6 for 10 with 4 runs and 7 RBIs. All right. Each of them needed a triple for the cycle. They were absolutely on fire. 8 and 9 hole. All right. Nate LaRue was give him MVP of the weekend, man. Just give it to him for what he did today. I mean, exceptional stuff. And like I said, when it's not going good, when it's not going good on the mound and you're not pitching great, you got to swing it. You got to swing it. And Nate LaRue, hey, give him props, man. He had 11 pitch at bat, and he ended up hitting a ground rule double out there in the right center gap, and that broke the tie in the seventh. And he come around. What's crazy is that happened, and then he eventually come around to score on a wild pitch where the ball bounced off the backstop right back to the catcher, and somehow he finessed his way around the catcher and ended up scoring. It was pretty sweet play. It was actually really crazy how he didn't get tagged out at the plate. I have no idea how it happened. And big shout out to Mike Bello. He had 3 runs. He had a bases loaded walk, I should say, and then Josh Hall drove in a pair on a single through the right side, and man, Auburn just kept putting the pressure on. It just kept putting the pressure on. And going back to the Bello thing, man, Bello homered. He homered Saturday, so big shout out for him and this Auburn baseball team, man. I'm excited for what they're doing. Of course we got Case and Howell and Blake Rambush and Sonny DeShera, but man, I feel like this team, everybody, man, Brooks Carlson, Cam Hill, all these dudes, the guys that I just mentioned, they're starting to really swing the sticks, and I'm excited. I really am. I know our pitching has struggled, but going out there to Texas A&M and getting a series win was just A+ for this team. It was A+. Now you can focus. You got a midweek game with Jacksonville State this week, and then you go down to Baton Rouge, and you try to take two or three from them. Texas A&M took 2 or 3 from them, so damn it, so can we. So I'm really excited. Bright, Barney, man, keep slinging it on the mound. Keep doing what you got to do, and hey, I know I might give a little criticism on Twitter sometimes, but I'm really proud of the Auburn baseball team. Brody Moore, keep flashing the leather. It's short, big dog. Keep swinging the stick. And guys, this has been another episode of the Uptempo Podcast, and I appreciate you joining me. War Damn Eagle, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.